it's Mental Stimulate and I'm back. I had to cut off for a moment, so this is part two. Nearly to the end of what I was saying, but I kept saying, why do I keep running across these same people? The real toxic type. They either hump on your leg or they just obnoxious and oh man. I met one person, in my opinion, and I know why I viewed this person as one of the most beautiful person I have ever met. This is before finding out what one of their flaws were. Because you'll see people as they're meant to be. You'll see their higher self a lot of times. At least I know me. I don't see people's flaws, you know. But when the mirror is placed up and I'm asking these questions like, what point do I serve in this person's life? What point are they meant to serve in mine? You know, I get direct answers. And I was so enamored by this person. I'm like, this person is personable, soft-spoken, beautiful, beautiful person, respectful, you know. And in those moments when we were in the same space, you couldn't tell me this person wasn't perfect. I was completely enamored. But one day that all turned around because I had been asking the question, what point is this person serving? So God had to show me these flaws. And it's so, when God show you a person, it's put so much in your face that it's undeniable. You know, he wants you to see it for yourself. He wants you to be in the presence of it. Excuse me. So one day, I happened to be in the same area where this person was. And I just happened to, hey, I know this person be here. Let me slide past. I got a few minutes. I want to go say hello, etc., etc. And, you know, trying to reach them, I was already in transit. So, of course, I arrived before getting to reach them on the phone. So I'm like, I'm going to just sit on the outside until I get them on the phone. If I don't get them on the phone, I'm going to leave. I don't believe in popping up on people. But I guess you could say I popped up on them. They're outside and they're acting real erratic. And I'm sitting there. They don't even notice me. I'm sitting there watching them. And this come up a lot. The Pookie from New Jack City scenes come up. And that's basically what I was viewing. This person seemed to be out of their mind. This is a side that I didn't see or know. So when I approached the person, because I'm wondering if something wrong. I'm like, are you ill? What's up? So I'm engaging with this person. I'm like, why are you acting like this? And they just outwardly came, yo, I'm on crack. I said, what? I was shocked. Mind you, I have come in contact with a lot of crackheads in my life. But this person was so young, so beautiful, so much life. A functioning crackhead, so to speak. I guess this particular day, they kind of went overboard, so they was out of their mind. So I had to ask, why are you doing this to yourself? Their exact response was, why not? I'm like, what? I have never heard someone be so conscious but out of their mind at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That was the most honest thing a person has ever been with me. I tell you no lies right now, you know, a functioning crackhead. But I can't judge that person because even outside of that incident, very beautiful person. They simply have an addiction, a habit that they choose to have, you know. Who am I to judge them? I can't judge them. I just know what I won't partake in. I won't stand idle by and watch them destroy themselves. The most I can do is wish them love and light, you know, that they'll find the healing that they need. And hopefully, by being in my presence, that energy has rubbed off on them to where my absence will make them look at themselves. But it also made me look at myself on why it's so important to not let these habits take control of you, you know, and it's a choice. We have choices, you know. Some of us choose to go down these roads. Some of us choose to be excessive. Some of us choose to chase these thrills and this immediate gratification. It's a choice, you know, but no matter how much you chase these thrills, you cannot run from yourself. At some point, you're going to have to face yourself. Some people get on their deathbed and just want to purge their soul, you know, but it should not take that long for you to face yourself. You should not be at the end and say, I want to clear my heart. I want to acknowledge the mistakes I made with my life, because this life is truly a blessing. It's a blessing, you know, but we all do different things for different reasons. A lot of us, we let our scars run our lives, you know. We kind of beat up on ourselves and let those wounds that we choose not to heal just run rampant and take control. I'm talking about those emotions that we stuff deep down in us of having an absent parent. Those emotions that we stuff down in us for being victims of SA. We take on all these other things because we're running from ourselves. It's much easier to get drunk, to get high, to have frivolous sex, and all of these things than really look at ourselves. But one thing is for sure, the things that we go through that creates these wounds, we never really look at the fact it wasn't never our fault. Why should you carry that baggage around and you had no choice in the matter? You didn't tell your daddy to leave. You didn't tell your mama to leave. You ain't tell neither one of them to lean into their addictions. You didn't tell that uncle to touch you and he know daggone well that's out of bounds. None of these things were your fault, yet you're carrying the baggage. Victimizing yourself. Instead of facing that stuff like, I'm not going to swallow my emotions with a bottle. I'm not going to lay up with this person and that person because I feel inadequate. I need this person to validate me, to make me feel like I am something. Even if they're over-sexualizing me, they just seeing me as a sexual object, a cum rag. It's better to feel desired than feel like you're not even noticed. And that's outlandish. You're victimizing yourself. You were brought here and meant to be so much. You have so many talents that you haven't even tapped in because you don't even know yourself. You running further and further away from yourself. Think about all these things that you discover when you start taking this time to yourself, to clean yourself up, to restore yourself to your original state when you were pure and untainted before all of these people victimized you. When are you going to really start to live and be able to experience a day, a beautiful day when the weather is nice, the birds is out? You hear me? People don't even notice these things. They're just here. Think of all the things that God created to sustain us that's free. Everything was set up for us before we was here. How much does the Creator love us to put everything we need and it be free? Hey man, I want to take this time to encourage you to look at yourself, man. Don't worry about what people will think and what people will say. This is your life, and you deserve to live it to the fullest. But I will add, drinking and drugging and partying and sexing, that's not living, man. That is not living, I'm sorry to say. I want you to tap in to the beautiful side of you. The side of you that you haven't even seen. That you have no relationship with. You got talents and creativity that you don't even know. Because it's dumbed down with alcohol and drugs and sex. You're so open and exposed to the world. And I'm still learning myself. I've been on my path almost 4 years now. And every day I still got a lot of questions. I still regularly talk to the council, the Creator, my ancestors, the angels. I'm always running my damn mouth. I got questions. I'm not concerned with nobody else's life but my own. Because I have neglected myself for everybody else for way too long. I encourage you, put yourself first. Take the time for yourself. Heal yourself. Face yourself. The dark side of yourself. The low vibrational side of yourself. When are you going to let your higher self take the wheel? So you can unlock all those things about self that all of those wounds been keeping hidden from you. Can you imagine? Things about yourself that you don't even know. How outlandish is that? All of us seem to think we know all there is to know about self. Bullshit. Bullshit. All of those insecurities that you make up in your mind, when you really stand in front of that mirror and face yourself, you realize, man, I'm the most perfect thing walking around. Even with these scars, even with this extra weight, I am lit. Hey, man, it's time for us to heal. Forget what happened yesterday, man. We in traction, you hear me? I love you so much, man. You gonna do great things. Peace.